Welcome to episode October 8th, 2015. Here we go, Tonescrib. It's me, Tony, and Glenda here with me. Do you want to get into that one first?
Um, yeah, why
Yeah.
not? Yeah.
Yeah. Having a conversation. It's about gender identification. And we came across a video and have her play the video. Just play it. And let's see. Yeah. My question is okay. At birth, that child was a boy.
Mhm.
And now saying it's a girl. See, I don't. It's
And she's 7 going on 8.
I don't know about that whole gender identification thing that young. It just seems. I mean, as a parent, shouldn't you have some kind of say, like some kind of correction? Like maybe your child is just really really dumb, and they don't know the difference between boy and girl, or maybe it's just like a phase, like they want to be a character, or but to just straight out say have a boy and have the boy say that the boy is a girl, and then you just jump and agree with it. I don't know. It doesn't seem. It doesn't seem right. I don't
What
know.
doesn't seem right?
Like just for you to just solidify that in the child's mind. Like yes, you are. Like the child's a boy, and all of a sudden the child comes to you and says, "I'm a girl." At that age, and then you just jump on it and say, "Okay, you're a girl."
Well, apparently this little girl's been, well, he has been feeling like this for a while because she's going from 7 into 8.
That's still really young. Really young. I understand if there's a physical thing to it, like you were, you know, maybe like a hermaphrodite or.
Yeah, but if you're born with both, what does that have to do with what you
Well,
mentally
then
associate with?
no, no. Well, when you're born with both, that's when you start. At a certain point, you'll start to feel more. I guess more hormonally one way or the other. Like you'll feel like yes, I'm a girl or yes, I'm a boy. But if you're born a boy, you really get to choose at that age what you are. That's what I'm not sure.
Wait, if
I'm
you're
not,
if you're a hermaphrodite, right?
you're born with both,
You're born with both, but
right?
you're saying that eventually, once what adolescence kicks in,
Yeah,
to either testosterone or estrogen is gonna kick in, so you're gonna hormonally gravitate to one or the
right,
other, and that's gonna
right,
determine what you're gonna decide to be.
right. Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
yeah. That's what I've heard from hermaphrodites. Yeah, that 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 you feel at a certain point you feel that you're this a boy or a girl. You identify with it, and because you have both, you make the choice at a certain age medically to go fully as one or the other. But to be born a boy and it's just I'm just not 100% sure. See, I'm wondering, like, say just a person that's homosexual. You're a boy, but you're attracted to boys, right? That's just naturally how you feel, but you're not changing your entire gender behind that. You know what I mean? You're still a boy that's attracted to boys, or a girl that's attracted to girls. But to be like I'm a girl and now I want to be a boy, that's a lot. I think it's a little bit different. A little bit different. I'm not sure of it. It's just
No, back to the hermaphrodite thing. If you're a hermaphrodite, right, and then you're telling me that eventually the in their minds, when they reach a certain age, they associate either with one or the other.
Yeah, yeah,
Wouldn't that almost same difference? Let's say be okay, but they just happen to have they, luckily for them, they just happen to have both.
right,
They're able to either veer to one side or the other. Versus someone who is born just one sex,
right.
and as like I.e. this young girl, a male, and in his head he's always been a female, but he just happened to be born with a penis.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But he wants to be a woman. I don't know. But you know what I mean? But look, unfortunately for him, he's not a hermaphrodite. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
but
not like.
yeah, the thing is
So
that at that age, like children want to, they want to be a lot of things that they aren't. I mean, they want to be Superman and Spider Man, and it's just one more thing. Like
a girl,
I,
a girl or a guy, a
uh,
girl or boy is a real thing. It's not
but
Superman.
to a child,
You
Superman
know.
is real, and Spider Man is real, and Santa Claus is real. It's not the same
Up
to a
until
7 year
up
old.
until a certain point, but after
Yeah.
that, boys keep still are boys, girls are
No,
still
I
girls.
see like if you're in your teens and you're still pushing for the same thing, then that's a different. I'm not saying that the parent should shun the kid, but the parent should probably try and like define like you're a boy and this is what you have and this and that. I'm not saying that you know you embarrass the kid out there,
Yeah, but
like.
if you feel inside, like if you're saying, I feel I should have been born a boy.
Would you know that young?
Yeah, I think so.
Because at
You
seven
know
years
why not?
old,
You know why? Like last night I was watching, what was it, a couples therapy, and they had that Carmen. I want to say Carmen Carrera. Carrera. But I'm not even sure if that's her real name.
mm,
But she was born a boy,
uh-huh,
and she says she always knew from at a very young age that she wanted to be a girl. Like she was, she associated with girls.
uh-huh. I'm just wondering that at that age, like at 7 years old, like hormonally, it hasn't kicked in yet. You get to that age when like the opposite sex is just all you think about. Like around 14, 15. When kids get stupid and they start doing all the things that they do
Yeah, but
towards
be
the opposite
like,
sex.
I mean,
But at seven,
growing up, you didn't like I used to watch my mom, get ready and stuff like that, and then I used to mimic her,
hmm
you know. But in my brother, I used to see my brother get her ready and stuff,
yeah.
his routine. I used to see his routine. I used to see my mom's routine, and it never made me. I don't know. I feel like you mimic stuff, but I'm saying like in their case, in like this girl's case, Carmen, she said that she used to see her mom get ready, and she was drawn to that.
Yeah.
She that was, I guess, something that she associated more than with, I guess, being a guy. She always felt she was a girl.
I tell you why I'm fascinated by it because I know homosexuals and I know transvestites, and they're not on the same page. Like they don't get each other. Like I've actually spoken to one homosexual and asked him about what he thought of transvestites, and he was just honestly confused at the notion that one would want to cut off their penis and become a woman because basically all the pleasure from sex comes from the actual organ. And once you remove it or cut it open and flay it and do whatever it is you do to it, this is not something I recommend you look up on YouTube. But once you do all that stuff, it changes it. It doesn't work the way it usually works. So they don't understand that whole thing to cut it off. And I've spoken to the transvestite in question, and this person just basically said that they wish they hadn't had it removed because again they don't get the certain the pleasure that comes out of sex.
Wait, you spoke to a transvestite
Yeah,
that
yeah,
had
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah, yeah,
removed?
yeah.
So those are
and they
Trans.
weren't happy
Those are post-op.
post op. Yeah,
So those are
yeah,
that's a transgender post-op, not a transvestite. Right?
right.
There's a difference, isn't there?
Mm, a trans okay, transvestite just wears clothes of a woman, and a transsexual is a person that changes gender.
Okay.
But the trans, yeah, it's a trans, yeah, it's a transsexual, and there's a lot of. It's funny because when she gets drunk, there's a lot of things that come out that I guess aren't meant to come out, and it's very hard for a transvestite post-op because there's the stigma of one being attached to a transvestite. There's the stigma towards transsexuals in general. It's not an easy it's not an easy life to live to begin with, and then to have that cut off. I don't know. And it was something that this person, yes, they felt this from birth, but it wasn't. It's not an easy life. It was not an easy life. They were treated badly by their father. They were treated badly by their mother. It wasn't. It's not something I would wish on anyone. That's why I'm wondering if maybe you should, if it's not so much a transsexual thing as it is a homosexual thing, and you just feel that because you feel a certain way towards another sex that you want to change your whole thing. Maybe that's not what you're really looking for. I don't know. It's odd.
At such a young age.
I think so. I think it's such. Yeah, that's the whole thing. The age is what gets me.
I don't know. I think it's mental. If you're saying you're feeling something from a young age, it's
Yeah.
not even sexual. You describe something like you said that somebody had said, what was it?
My Starbucks is
Sorry,
where I get rich coffee with my favorite flavor.
this one off the computer.
I did. Yeah. I just. I'm not saying it from a place of like dislike or disgust or anything. I'm genuinely curious about the whole thing because it's not something that's defined ever. It's not. I think between the whole LGBT whatever community, there's a lot of
LGBT
like,
committee.
yeah, they're not on the same page. Like they don't understand each other. I think if they don't understand
You
each other,
think? I
no, they don't. No, there's a lot of between the transgender and homosexual. There's a lot that they don't understand about each other, and then to throw heterosexual into there, they heterosexuals, despite the
don't know.
bigotism that's out there.
To say that you're born in one body and you think in your head you're some. This is I'm not this. I'm supposed to be this. I'm a woman even though I was born a man and I feel I should be a woman or I
Right.
should be a man. That's something completely different.
Mm.
I mean, that has nothing to do with even being attracted to the other sex. That's something
No,
like
yeah.
you're feeling.
I don't know.
I'm out of the loop when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, I'm fast. I would love to have the transvestite on here, but he's hard to wrangle. I'm gonna put it that way.
Hmm.
He's very hard to wrangle. She goes off on tangents, and it's really hard to keep a steady subject going. Um,
I guess we could just like record or whatever and then just
you know
see
what?
what you get. I
Probably.
mean, hello, what better than to ask the source?
Yeah, I want to look into that. I don't know. She's a cool person, but it's just, yeah, it's hard to wrangle. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I want to talk about trust. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that whole notion of trust. Like they say, it is. It trust. I think trust is more about what you put into a relationship. Like I try to be. If I say something, I try to mean it, and I try to live by it. Like if I tell you I'm gonna do something, or I'm gonna be somewhere, or I'm gonna try and do something, I'll make my best effort to stick by my word. Um, and it helps. It makes a relationship better when you have trust in someone, but the trust has to be earned. think there's nothing worse than having trust just like taken advantage of. And I'm being very vague because I'm not trying to draw things into it. But yeah, it's like trust has always been something that was hard for me. Yeah, I learned from seeing other people um, being betrayed in their life by people that they care about, and it's always somebody that you care about. You can't lose trust in someone you don't know or you just don't generally give a shit about. It's always like friends, close friends that they'll take advantage of you. Um, I actually put something online, on Facebook yesterday. Trying to remember what it was. It's if you get over on somebody, don't think that somebody was a fool. Think that you were given trust that you never deserved, and I think that's 100% true. Um, People put their trust in you, and I think it should register in you as a person that you expect a certain type of reciprocation. I guess would be the word. If I'm 100% with you, you should be 100% with me. And I guess the only way to make sense would be just to come out and say what I'm talking about. With my son. Yeah, I'm having problems now with my son, and to make a long story short, I basically struggled to take care of my son because he was living with his mom and things weren't up and they were moving around a lot. So I wanted him to have. I'm not a fan of these gypsy people, that they move from place to place to place and they pull the kid out of school and put them in another school. I understand that your life is maybe not stable or your work situation or your home situation is not stable, but you make an effort to try and stay in the same place, and this wasn't happening. So I went and I got custody of my son when he was about 5 years old, and when I had him, I've been basically living in the same place for a long time. So I had him, and I made sure he stayed in the same schools, and all these things happened that were better for him. I didn't want him to be in certain situations, so it was better for him that he have a stable life. And once he was a good kid. He was always a good kid. And once he hit 15, 16, things start to turn. And the thing is, I always instill in him, your word is all that you have. Your name is important. People need to be like, oh, Chris. Yeah, Chris is a good guy. Or he's a person of his word. Or these things are important in life. And for some reason, I get the feeling that he has around him family members, other family members that don't look at life the same way. They kind of look at life as what I can get from you is what makes me better. You know what I mean? Like if you have something and I want it, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to get it from you. And the hell with how you feel about me. And the thing is, the whole thought is that once I screw you over, you're gonna forgive me anyway. And I don't operate on that level. I operate on a level where once I'm betrayed, I'm not gonna be betrayed like that again. And I shut people out. That's normal and natural for me. And basically, my son decided that he was gonna run away and live with his grandmother and his aunt. And I look at it like I've done everything. I've gone out of my way to take care of you. If you're gonna do this, this is something you don't come back from. Not like there's another saying that it said, trust is like a piece of paper. Once you crumble it up, you can never get it perfect again. And it's true. You're always gonna have, no matter what the relationship becomes in the future, you're always gonna have in the back of your head, I can't trust this person, or I can't give this person 100%, and that bothers me. But that's just the way it is now. That's the way I'm looking at it. Like that's the way life is. Um, anybody,
Yeah, but I don't think it's good. Life ain't perfect, and I feel like situations like that arise because fucking test your ass and shit to see. You know what I mean? But it's hard.
mm,
I feel like yeah, trust people who betray you, family. Not only you mentioned friends, but I mean it could be
yeah,
very
yeah.
easy, like
Mm.
co-workers.
I don't. I would caution people: stay away from people you see that feel that they are slicker than everyone else, because these are the people that are going to betray you. The people that feel like they can always get one over are the people who are looking for your confidence so that they can betray that confidence. And like that's their whole reason for existing is to get something from you. And I just don't like I don't see how people can live like this. You know? I always
So in the situation with your son, I mean, how do you just gonna since the norm for you is just to cut somebody off once the trust has been broken.
I'm that's where it's hard because I don't want to, but I think in the long run I think that might be what winds up happening. I mean, it's very hard to sleep in the house with a person you don't trust. And this could be said for a lot of things. I mean,
Mhm.
you have a spouse cheat on you, you don't want that person in the house, really.
Mhm.
And, once things like that start, it's really the beginning of the end of a relationship. And the problem is, like a father son relationship is not something you really can end like that. I mean, there's always ties there, but I'm looking at it like how much am I really going to put into the relationship at this point? I don't think it's going to be much, you know? He's 16 now, he's going to be 17, and I don't know where he turns 18 if I'm really going to make an effort to, I'm of a mind to just let him go, at 18 and do whatever you want to do and go wherever you want to go and just don't bother me. But I'm the kind of person where, like I said, I cut things short. I do not take betrayal well. Um, and that's what it is. It's a betrayal. You did all this for me. You never really asked me for anything. You took care of me, and all of a sudden, the hell with you. I don't want anything to do with you. And there was a lot of he's said a lot of hateful stuff
Oh, I can imagine at 16,
in the exit. Yeah, he said a lot
yeah,
of, and
yeah.
it's funny because the truth is, I saved him. Like he thinks he's had a hard life, and he really hasn't. He's been shielded. I've shielded him from a lot of things he could have seen, and in taking him out of the environment, he was spared that, and I'm wondering now maybe if I should have left him in there to see
Mhm.
what was really going on.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it gets to the point where, as a parent, you're hated for doing something, and then you're hated for doing nothing. It can be it's a lose lose at sometimes. Um, and the thing is, he's not as smart as I wish he was. It's it sounds terrible saying it, but your kids, and the world is not kind to little black boys that are not very intelligent or don't have street smarts or don't have common sense. And this is where I worry about him, because the people that he's with don't really care what he does or how he does things, or they're not about his well-being. They're about other things.
You talking about his friends or
I'm talking about the family he's with now. And his friends are, look, these kids walk around here. This is a pretty decent neighborhood. It's quiet. You don't see, you've seen bad neighborhoods. This is not a bad neighborhood. And these kids all think that they're living like the gangster life. They're not. Just come on, just stop it. People are soft as baby shit, all of them. When I was a kid, it was bad around here. That you ever see that documentary, Rumble Kings?
Yeah.
That was here. It was terrible, terrible. And it's not like that anymore. These kids think that that's the way the world is. Come on, it's so stupid. They need to stop watching TV.
And I really kind of been like the videos.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and I worry about him. But at this point, I don't know how much effort you put into trying to help someone that doesn't want help. Like they say, if you see someone jumping off a building, you don't grab them because they'll pull you down every time. And
Or I see that doesn't want help, or they want. Okay, they want help, but their type of help, on their terms.
yeah, and the thing is, you get the help that people give. You don't get the help that you want, or you get the help that you need. People want things. Yeah, you can't. You have nothing. If you have nothing in life, and you're depending on other people to help you out, you take what's given. You can't stay waiting for that perfect little opportunity. It's not gonna happen. Life doesn't work like that. We were talking about that earlier. You have to take. You want something, you have to take it. You can't wait for to see what comes up and if I'm gonna be lucky. No, it doesn't work like that ever. And he hasn't learned that. He thinks that no matter what happens, people are gonna forgive him. People are gonna forget the nonsense that he did. It's a lack of like empathy and a lack of apathy, and it's I don't know. It's worrying, is what it is. Like I don't know how to react to it at this point. But it's a stressful situation. It's funny because when you deal with social workers in the city, you see like there's such sadness in their face, like they're just tired of all the nonsense, and they're not even related to the people sitting there in the social worker office. Not the social worker, the office that I was waiting in to speak to someone. There was a woman there whose daughter had ran away, and she was prostituting herself. And there was another woman who had a daughter that ran away, and she was living with her boyfriend. And the whole social worker thing, like they're at the point where it depends. How they act depends on how old the child is, or how many times the child has done this, or there's so many factors in there as to what they can and can't do. Like they really do have their hands tied behind their back. They can't help you the way you need the help, and it's not really their fault. It's just that's just how the system works. The problem with the system though is that after a certain age, they will just throw your kid in jail, and there you go. You know, that's not going to work any better. As it is. I was reading something where they were saying how these kids, like if you get arrested and you don't have money, you are not going to do well because public defenders, they really can't defend you. They got thousands of cases on their table. Um, Unless you can afford a lawyer, you're not going to get the help. You're going to go into the system. And it's a merry-go-round. You go into the system, you get out, you can't get a job because you were in the system. You go out and you continue to do the stupid shit that got you put in the system in the first place. You get arrested again, and it's a merry-go-round. So, those are the things that I'm worried about with this kid. Like I see this in his future, and it's a sad thing because he's not a bad kid, but I see it because he doesn't make good choices. And that's what it comes down to. It comes down to choices. I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, or the people I'm gonna be with, or it's nauseating.
Testing your patience on trust.
Uh,
The universe. The thing. I say don't give up on them. Maybe you've seen it before in the past. It's anybody else,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But you know how they always say family's a little different. This is your son. I know you want to choke the shit out of him, but he's still young. It's rough because when you don't trust anybody, you well trust anybody. You don't have trust in someone. It's just you don't believe anything they say, so it's nerve wracking. It's stressful.
Yeah. Yeah. You think, and the thing is, I do want to. To be honest, I want to give up. Like I've been having the itch like lately, to like wifey up, get involved in a relationship again, and have kids and do this and that. I've been having that. It's been hitting me for a while now,
Mhm.
and the truth is, it really is easy to just drop one and start a whole new family. It really, really is, especially when that one is pulling away the way he is, and I don't want to do it. But I don't think I'm being left. I don't think I'm being left a choice. I really don't. Um, and I feel bad because when he realizes what they want from him, it's gonna be too late for him to turn around.
But with you mean? Did you
With
come back?
with my son, yeah, 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 yeah. Because he lost his mom, so he gets a check every month. That's what it is. They want his check. Like foster families, they get a check, and then once that current kid turns 18, usually they don't care about the kid anymore. The kid can go wherever he wants to go and do whatever he wants to do because there's no more check. And that's the situation with him. The family he's with just wants that check.
Mhm.
They don't care about him because, and I say that because they did it with his sister.
Mhm.
They had his sister, and the second she dropped out of school and there was no more check, she was out. They had nothing to do with her. They put her in like a group home,
Mhm.
and they let her deal with that. And the thing is, I told them, look, this is what they're doing. That's what they did to your sister, and there was nothing. He doesn't see it. He thinks that this is, all they're loving and like for the past, his mom passed in 2013, and he's gotten maybe one call from them in the time since then.
Mhm.
One call in 2 years. And come on, if they gave a shit about you, they'd have called you. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say to him. Some people are just wired to learn everything the hard way. And it's sad because someone is trying to tell you what's going on and you don't believe it. You don't believe it until they do it to you. And the thing is, once they do it to you, it's too late. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to come crawling back to who? You've burnt every bridge. This kid, he wrote things he wrote to my brothers and he wrote to my mom. He wrote like terrible, disgusting shit that basically you don't come back from. You don't come back from the shit that he said.
Oh, your son wrote what,
Yeah,
letters?
pretty much. Like, well, he texts, to everybody. These
Oh,
kids now
yeah,
couldn't
text
write a
message.
letter to save their life, but he texts shit to a whole bunch of people, and basically,
Poor baby.
yeah, he burnt bridges, and everybody's like, oh, well, fuck him then. That's where everybody is right now. He wants to do this, then let him do it and see what it's really like. Thing is, once he sees what it's really like, where's he gonna go? Now he's one of these kids in the street because nobody's looking at him like we're gonna take you in and we're gonna take care of you. No, people don't care. The people that did care and went out of their way, now they don't care. And he doesn't know, like he doesn't really understand what's going on. And I tried to tell him before what the situation was before he came,
Mhm.
like how bad it was. It doesn't didn't give a shit. Didn't want to hear it. It's
Well,
if
because
it's
I'm sure he sees something completely different than to what you're talking about. So
yeah, for now he does. But he'll yeah. Like I
yeah,
said, destined to learn things the hard way.
I have a friend, and I mean she's been married now for a while with her new husband, and they have two children. But she had a daughter from like a previous relationship, and that daughter's older daughter, she's now like 20 something.
Wow.
So let me say so. That girl gave my friend lots of headaches, but I gotta give my credit. Like she really stuck on her daughter's ass. Like really. And it's so funny because she didn't want to let her go. She was like on her. She was like, I want to make sure she finishes high school, at least get your diploma, whatever. She would still take her back, and it's so funny because I was like, you have a big heart, you know what I mean? But she knows what it's like. She's been in homes and all that stuff, so she did not want to like give, she didn't want that for her daughter, so she was like really on her ass. That's why I said to you, don't, you gotta have a lot of patience. I feel like that's just life testing your patience because, apparently somebody fucked up on the trust thing, so I guess that's your way of reinstilling your trust.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
not for nothing. I mean, what having children, I think that's what I think children teach you. What is it, life lessons and stuff like that. So yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, it's just the betrayal. It's not an easy thing to get over. It really isn't.
No, but if someone makes a genuine effort to, make up for it, yeah, it happens. It's not like just when somebody does. Nobody's perfect. Everybody fucks up. But
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, admit to it and make up for it, and try to repair it. Don't just keep fucking taking advantage and just shitty shit. Selfish people. I'm talking about that
Yeah.
type of shit.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just looking like he's got his work cut out for him because he's not gonna have a. It really, it's not gonna be a good life if he continues the way he is. He's really just. It's terrible. I don't know. Oh, that's
And it's
enough of that.
and it's funny because I have a friend who's an alcoholic who's homeless right now,
Ah,
and I'm sorry, I can't have that. Like, I'm not against helping someone out or giving them a place to lay their head or anything like that, but you have to be for helping yourself. But if you're not interested in helping yourself, like I can't help you. I'm not gonna house you for free and then let you take advantage of the situation. Nah. And then
yeah,
unfortunately, you're such a liar that I don't believe nothing you say. So I don't even want to deal with it because you put yourself in that position.
right. Yeah, it goes back to that whole you can't save someone that's jumping off a building. They'll pull you down. It is. It's. I grew up around a lot of alcoholics and drug addicts. It was the '80s, so it was the heroin and the coke and everything. And it's not that's not an easy thing to bring into your life, and it's not a thing that is advisable to bring into your life if you're not equipped to handle it. It's draining. It takes so much out of you as a person, and you have your own life. You've got your bills to pay. You have your own responsibilities.
Yeah,
You can't
but once again,
really.
like if it's somebody that wants to genuinely help
Yeah,
themselves, then that's something different.
yeah,
Because
that's different.
someone who's initially making an effort to better themselves, but if this person is not looking
Yeah,
for that, they're just trying to you know see if they could weasel their way in just so they could stay with you, and then go about still doing the same thing.
yeah,
Nah, I ain't having that.
no,
I don't need that.
no, no, no.
That's
Until they
something I'm
want
not
to help
entertaining.
themselves,
No,
no,
I'm not entertaining that.
because it's not going to get any better, and you're not really. To be honest, with a person with any kind of substance abuse,
Hmm.
to take them in and to help them maintain their abuse, you're not helping them at all.
Hmm.
You're not. Unless that
Okay,
person
what is
wants to
that
get
called?
help.
An enabler?
Yes, you don't want to be an enabler. And the thing is, if something happens to them, God forbid you take that person in and they continue what they're doing and they die in your house, or you don't want to have that on your head that you helped this person get to
Like when
that
they
point.
rob you or something like that. No,
Yeah,
I don't want that.
that goes without saying.
No,
Nobody wants to have their house ransacked by someone they brought in. You
no,
know, no,
uh-uh.
it's not helpful at all. I've still. It's funny we talk. I talked about making. I still haven't made that video, the vlog. I got it.
No?
I have the bike sitting there in the thing. I'm waiting for. I had ordered like tools because I have none.
You have no tools?
I'm not. I have an Allen wrench set. Look, this is my tool. I keep it right by my computer. This is my toolkit. It's an Allen wrench set, and it's got like these little. This is for my motorcycle.
Wait, you don't have a hammer, a wrench,
I have one hammer, but it's broken.
pliers,
No, no, none of that
a
stuff.
saw, no?
This is my toolkit. It's for my motorcycle. It's like a cruise tools
It's like a
toolkit.
Swiss Army, like one of those.
Yeah, it's got Allen wrenches. It's got like little wrench bits, but I don't think this is not good enough for that.
Mm-hmm. What tool are you missing?
You need a actual
Wrench.
wrench set. Yeah, yeah, to do it. So
Okay.
I'm waiting. That should actually come today or tomorrow. And I bought the little bracket to video. Record myself riding bike.
Have you tested out the cameras?
Right now I'm recording this.
Is it,
So hopefully we put
wait,
this
the
up.
cameras?
No, it's a wide.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets everything.
Oh, okay.
It's got that fisheye thing. So hopefully you put it on.
Um,
We can just put video on YouTube instead of putting this because this is on YouTube. These are the first two are on YouTube with like a
the slideshow thing.
yeah like a slideshow type thing. Your face shows up in the first.
Oh my god.
Your face shows up on the thing for both of them on the
So you totally.
on the clip. Yes. Well, not. Look, it's better your face than my face. Nobody wants to see my face. People will click it just to be, hey, who's this? She's cute. For me, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've been actually, as far as the diet goes, I've been doing pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been controlling the calories. I
You still have
usually,
a blog about that though.
I could, but nobody wants to see me eating my oatmeal. My morning oatmeal or banana or something. And yeah, I've been doing good with that. I haven't, like I said, I haven't weighed myself. I don't know. These bathroom scales are not good for that. So I'm not worried about weighing myself. I'm just worried about way things feel and look
Mm-hmm.
for now. And I go to the doctor, I'll put across what the weight is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't think it's been like, what, 2 weeks? And I don't think I've lost anything. So I'm not too worried about that. But I've cut the sugar I've cut a long time ago. But I'm maintaining that. And the only problem is now because I cut the sugar a long time ago, I don't get that. That nice bump in weight loss you get when you first cut sugar.
Oh.
I don't get that. I have to do the slow.
Oh, because you already cut sugar.
Yeah, yeah. My problem is not sugar and the sweets. My problem is I like yummy foods,
Mm-hmm.
tasty food. It's funny because we're going to eat right after this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to help things, but we're not eating anything bad. It's like
Well, yeah, we're
fish,
seafood.
crabs.
Yeah, we're going to see.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's all the buttery shit that doesn't help.
What
But
buttery shit?
the buttery shit that's gonna be all over the crabs.
Oh, because you put the butter on it.
They put that stupid sauce or whatever. But other than that, it's been pretty good. That bike I got it. It'll be built by Saturday, and I'll be out. Oh yeah, so I'm recording this, and I think I started recording late.
What do you mean?
I might have started recording a little bit later than the podcast started.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna see. I don't know. I'll
I'm
see
looking
if.
at I want to see how this video looks like.
Um, okay, I might have to work on it a little bit on the screen itself, but yeah, it always has a weird because it's a fisheye lens. It's got like a weird bend to it.
So I'm gonna have like a distorted head. Like, will I have an alien head?
I don't know. Like a beast. It's like a Beastie Boys video. You know what I mean? And they're all around the camera. It's the big fisheye lens. I think you can change that.
What?
I think you can change that in editing. I don't know. I have to look at it, check it.
I
But
want to
yeah,
see that movie, The Martian.
yeah, you're not the only one. But I want to see it in 3D. Around here, they don't have good 3D theaters.
In 3D.
Yeah, it's 3D, isn't it? Oh, see,
What does that mean?
that means that means to stop recording. Record again, dummy. Ah, I'm not worried about it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, where were we?
The Martian.
Yeah, I'll do. It's funny. I got the book from Amazon on my Nook, and I never read it. I kept saying I'm gonna read it before the movie comes out, and I never did. I stopped. It's funny because I was reading a lot, and then all of a sudden, it happens sometimes. I just get tired and stop reading books. What was the last one? I was in the middle of some Star Wars book because of the new movie that's coming out. And before that, it was what the hell was it? It was another movie that's coming out. It was by the author of Ready Player One. I don't remember. Oh, this one I definitely want to talk about this.
What?
The video I showed you a video yesterday. The the music festival
Oh my
with the
god.
girl getting her ass eaten out. It's this.
Oh my god.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny? I
What
think
about it?
this stuff always happen. It's just that there's cameras now everywhere.
Wait, what do you mean that this stuff, you think that this stuff always happens?
I think people always did crazy shit like this. It's just that you didn't hear about it because it wasn't on camera.
I could
And
see, yeah, I could see that.
you know what I mean? And now that it's on camera, like the frat house that got shut down and because, they recorded them having like sex acts. There's actual entire porno series of actresses going to frat houses and sleeping with the guys in the frats. And to think that because they found this one video where it was just people, it's a video that basically shows a girl getting eaten out while there's like dozens of guys all around just watching. And the girl seems like she's enjoying herself. She's not, you know.
The ass chick, the one that
No, this is the other one, the one in the frat house, that Indiana frat house.
I didn't see that.
The picture that I showed you a little earlier, right before we started.
Oh, that one with
Yeah,
the
with the
mattress.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. It's like a guy eating the girl out, and like there's a whole bunch of. It looks like almost everybody's naked in that picture.
Yeah, everybody did. Just, nobody was clothed. There was a lot of bare skin.
Yeah, and it's like I'm pretty sure this is shit that happened a lot. I mean, for years it's happened, and that
What
now,
people getting their ass eaten out?
well, I would hope that I would look that's a pleasurable thing. I would hope that that's been something that happened a lot. I mean, it's happened a lot, like in the public and in frat houses and stuff. And now that there's cameras rolling everywhere,
You mean
people,
the behavior, the crazy
yeah,
behavior at
yeah.
the
I mean,
parties?
people
Oh
have
yeah,
always
yeah, yeah, yeah.
look. People when some does look. There's people that when sex presents itself, you just take advantage. And the whole ass eating out thing.
In the middle of a frat party,
There is. Remember
with 200 people around you.
last year's Super Bowl, there was a video someone took of someone getting their ass eaten out, but it was the other way. It was a girl eating a guy's ass out in a parking lot, and this was a video that was on YouTube for a while. And then there's another video of a guy. I guess his neighbor was getting his ass eaten out, and he puts the camera like over the. He's like in his backyard. He puts his camera over the fence in his backyard, and you can see him recording his neighbor getting his ass eaten out. So I guess this is something. Yeah, like I said, this. I guess it's something that happens all the time. Like people are fucking weird. They do like weird sexual
Ass
shit.
eating in public and recording it.
I guess. You know what's funny? And ass eating is not.
Wait,
You can't say I was doing something else. You had your face buried in someone's
someone's
ass.
ass
There's no excuse you can make that's gonna change that at all.
well, as far as the rowdy behavior at parties and
And
things
yeah,
of that nature, that behavior always happens. I mean, like, for
yeah,
fuck's sake. I mean, when my coworkers, they get drinking and they all hang out, everybody get all
yeah,
crazy. So, and these are coworkers. So yeah, it's just this behavior happens. Liquor, drugs, whatever the fuck it is that they're doing, and then they want to get all loose and crazy, and then somebody's gonna record it. Hey, and next thing you know, it's on YouTube. So
remember they
it's
used
just more open and accessible, I think now.
yeah in the '90s there used to be this the Brain Fest. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
And it was basically like they
I heard about those things.
people would rent a hall and they would hire like hundreds of strippers, literally hundreds of strippers, and basically you would go and it would be like a giant fucking party with strippers and there would be sex going on. And I went one time with a crew of guys that I worked with from Best Buy. I had a friend that sold tickets for this. So he had gotten me the tickets to get in, and I was like, I asked the guys that were working with me, not Best Buy, was I working in Best Buy?
CompUSA?
Was it CompUSA? Yes, it was CompUSA. Now gone CompUSA. And I had gone with them, and these were all like straight lace. Like it was, there were two of the guys wore like Pakistani, like they were very straight lace, Muslim. They didn't do anything,
And
don't
they
drink.
went?
They went
For what?
because they wanted. It was a situation where the people that were going,
They must have been curious because someone I know,
well, they looked at
if,
it like,
if they're very straight, if they're really, really rigid, they
yeah,
wouldn't have gone.
no, it
They
was.
must have
It
been,
became.
they were curious.
It became like a sales team thing. Like all the guys from sales were going, and they were like, "Okay, if you guys are going, we're gonna go too."
Yeah, no, but
And
I mean, I know they no, they just go home like rigid, like
yeah,
rigid,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
devotees. They don't fuck around.
we
like that.
went, and where was this? I'm trying. Okay, it was somewhere like in the 120s,
In
and
Harlem, you mean?
yeah, it was up there. And we went, and these guys went in, and they went in wide-eyed, like, "Holy shit, what is the hell is going on?" Because once you got into the building, that's when you saw everything that was going on. There was no slow transition from like the regular world to like strippers.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was like in your face. There was like giant strippers, like transvestite strippers at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Then you walked in and there was a door right there with drinks on the table, like $2 drinks, and then just strippers everywhere. I mean, there was more strippers than guys because we got there kind of early.
Mm-hmm.
And these two guys, they just went off. I mean, I've never seen, to this day, I've never seen like the shirts were off, like all open, and the
Yeah.
t-shirts. They were sweating. Like when they found out you could pay for sex in this thing, oh, they went insane. They went
Okay.
insane, and it was funny because
Well, because anything goes at these things.
yeah. It was never spoken about again. You know what I mean? There was never, hey, how'd you like it? Did you have fun? Nah, it was dead quiet. Nobody said anything about anything after that day.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody knew, like, you knew who the freaks were. And it was, he
Well,
went,
you know what's so funny? That's what people say about happy hour. That you find out after 2 drinks,
Yeah.
what people do or how people get down and all that nonsense.
yeah, it was hilarious,
You,
though.
you can either go to happy hour or go to a brain fest and see.
Yeah, I think Brainfest might ask a little more of you.
Well, yeah.
Just
yeah.
how dirty do you get?
Yeah.
Because
Well, that's more exact to the point. Yeah.
yeah, I've seen people do amazing things in Brainfest. It's like, really, you're gonna do that with no protection in your face, in front of everybody? Yeah,
Witnesses.
and you're paying for it? Okay. Yeah. Brainfest was crazy. I don't think they do that stuff for that. I don't think those things are around anymore. But yeah, you wouldn't know.
Just like,
I've been out of it for a minute. Like I said, I've been a dad, so when you're a dad, you gotta be, you know, less
less brainy.
less out. Yeah, you gotta be less out there. I can't be getting picked up by the police with my kid in school. It wouldn't look good. That's not a good look at all. So I've been, straight and narrow, but yeah, I do miss it. It was different. I think the change in New York doesn't welcome that kind of stuff anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That post 2000 where the police needs to know about everything that's going on, and that's nah, you don't see those things like that anymore. I imagine they still happen like down south. You know what I mean? Like South Carolina. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
I'm sure people have private parties.
Like Freakness, remember
Yeah.
Freakness and all that stuff.
Was it
Freaknik?
I don't
Freaknik?
know.
Yeah, you know what it is. Don't play yourself. What was that?
I know they used to call it Freaknik, right? Is it
Yes, I've seen
That's
videos.
down south.
Yeah. I think that's more. I don't know if that's a club thing or if that's more like an outdoor.
I
I've
think
seen
that's an
videos and
I
it's
feel
always
like that's an
outdoor.
thing.
Yeah. Well, look at that. You see, I'm pretty sure there's booties getting eaten out in Freaknik.
Why not? They hung up a lot of booty down there.
This is true. This and then there's Black Bike Week, and I'm not sure exactly where. I know it's in
Well,
Florida.
look, put it this way: as long as people are paying for it, or there's what you call it, there's a need for that. I'm sure people are throwing
There's
parties
always a need
together.
for that.
Somebody, yeah,
Always
I'm
a
sure
need.
somebody's making their paper,
Yes. This money thing.
facilitating those parties on the down low or whatever it is,
Uh,
promotions. I know there's somebody out there.
there has to be.
There has to be somebody out
Yeah. If you got a brain fest going on, you write out email. Let me know.
there. You're so stupid.
I'll bring the mic out. I'll interview some hoes. It's all professional. Like.
How funny is that? We've been holding the camera and
Yeah.
the mic.
Yeah, let's. But you know what? There used to be a public access channel that would do like all those parties and stuff.
Which one? What channel was that?
I don't know. I think it was Ralph McDaniels. Remember Ralph McDaniels?
That's Video Music Box.
Yes.
That nigga was not at no Brain
Yes,
Fest.
he was.
No,
Of course he was.
Not.
Yes.
Ralph McDonald was not at any Brain Fest.
In my imagination, he was always at a brain fest. Ralph McDaniels
Oh
got
my
busy.
God, no.
How could he not be? He was down with all the fun. And let me tell you something. The brain. It's funny because the brain fest wasn't. There were people there. Like there were like rappers there, and yeah, you see a lot of like high profile people at these things. It wasn't like just, you know, the,
Well, not for nothing. When you go to a strip club, you see everybody there. It's not like a certain type of individual.
it depends on the strip club.
Well, no, it doesn't depend. Like it doesn't. Nah, everyone goes through it. Everyone, young, old, everyone
Yeah,
goes through it. Yeah. It's not like a particular type of person.
it's been. I haven't been in a. You know, what's funny.
People go at least once in their life. I mean,
No, I've been to strip
I've been
clubs.
to a strip club.
It's always been with my extra horny white friends for some reason. Strip clubs, I don't know why. They always get down like that. White guys, what's up with that?
When
like
they go
it-
to the strip. I don't
Yeah,
know, I
it's
used to-
always like,
I used
yeah.
to do like expenses for
Like, they
company,
eat there and
they
shit.
used to- yeah, like
Yeah.
like Rick's Cabaret.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable
Am I
eating.
supposed-
Hmm?
just, like the
Yeah.
in Sin City.
Yeah.
I heard has really good food. The wings, my friend told me that the wings are really good.
See, I'm
And
not
another friend
sure.
told me there's a 4-star chef.
Really?
4-star chef, 5-star, some star chef. Yeah, in the kitchen.
Actually, I've been invited there a few times by friends that come down, and they come from like Long Island. I live like 5 minutes away from Sin City, and they come from like Long
You do?
Island. Yeah, Sin City's right. You just follow this highway. You follow it up 5 minutes, and you're in Sin City.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I heard their food is really good.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I'd be comfortable eating where booties are being shaken, but
It's not like that. It's not like that.
Really?
Yeah. No, I've been there. The layout is not bad at all.
oh okay.
Mm-mm.
Like that's the difference.
Like people, like my friend told me his brother drives from all the way in Brooklyn
Yeah.
to Sin City, to the Bronx to Sin City to eat in
Oh,
the middle of
really?
the afternoon.
Really?
That gotta be some good food.
Well, fuck crabs. You can go to Sin City.
Mhm.
I still don't know. I
I'm
don't.
like,
Nah. You know, it's funny when I'd go to strip clubs with my friends. We usually went to like dirty strip clubs. You know what I mean? Like you might.
Ones that you don't want to eat at.
Yes, ones that you might get shot by the strippers. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I went to Flash Dancers once.
Which
And-
one's Flash Dancers?
That's the one. It's on. I think it's on 47th or 48th. It's right next to, across the street from that DoubleTree where the DoubleTree was.
Mm-hmm.
It's around there. And then because I was at Flash Dancers, they were opening up this other place. It was called Private Eyes. It was a few blocks away. And we went there. And I remember because the woman that was starring in whatever Devil and Miss Jones was out at that time, like 5 or 6, she was dancing at the club. And so we went there and we got in free to that place. And I remember a friend of mine had given like all his money to that woman, the woman from Devil and Miss Jones. And he was happy because she let her put his finger inside of her, and I was like, really? All your money's gone, and that's
That's
what makes you happy? You good with that? Okay. But other than that, I've been to like really like
which actress is this?
I don't know. She was in the Devil and Miss Jones like part 5 or 6. This was maybe 1998, 1999, around there.
I don't know what actress that was.
I don't know. I don't remember what her name was. I mean, she was cute, but not enough to give all my money to. My paycheck, which at the time wasn't very much to begin
And
with.
the Devil and Miss Jones or
Yeah.
Mr. Jones?
No, the Devil and Miss Jones, and it was like part 5 or part 6. As a matter of fact, it might have been part 5 and part 6.
Really?
Yeah, those are old. Those are like available on VHS movies. Like you can't find those movies now. Like they might have them for like download somewhere, but yeah, those are the good old movies that had like storylines
The
and
Devil in Miss Jones?
yeah, yeah.
I'm just trying to think. What actress is this that was a stripper?
I don't know. Well, a lot of those at that time, a lot of porn actresses would go out and they would do like featured dance and stuff like that because I remember they'd come on like the Howard Stern show and they would announce that we're going to be here or we're going to be there. I think they still do it.
All right, so they got nachos.
What are you looking up?
I'm looking at the menu at Sin City.
Oh my god.
I was like, they got nachos, chicken
Uh-huh.
and beef. They got chicken quesadillas.
Oh my
They
god.
got a chicken burrito,
That's like bar. That's regular bar food.
chicken tacos. Oh,
Uh,
this is. Hold on, they have a dinner and a lunch menu.
oh
They
my
have
god.
voodoo wings. Every place that I heard the wings is good though. Sides, they got sweet plantains, tostones, black beans.
Of course they do.
have to.
Of
Collard
course they
greens,
do.
of course they need to. Yellow rice, arroz con gandules, candied yams, mashed potatoes, French fries.
It was funny
onion
because they
rings.
had at Flash Dancers they would have a buffet,
They got grilled cheese.
but everything was heavily salted, so you had to drink.
Where?
At Flash Dancers, they used to have a buffet.
No, this isn't buffet. They prepare your shit here.
As a matter of fact, when I went to Flash Dancers, it was to see a porn actress too. It was to see, and it's just funny because this was a guy that I worked with
Ooh, they got seafood linguine.
that he. You trying to sell me on? You know what? You know what the funny thing is? You're trying to sell me on a strip club.
No,
That shit's hilarious.
I'm just saying that the food is supposed to be good. So I'm just looking at the menu. Like, they
Uh-huh.
got seafood linguine. They got penne alla vodka. You see, that's pastas.
Yes.
Oh, they have
Oh.
sandwiches and burgers, chicken.
And strippers.
I know. I mean, they have that too. They have shrimp scampi. They have steak, filet mignon, Timbo steak, pepper steak.
No.
They have lobster dinner.
Oh. Oh my god.
Yeah, I love it. This is awesome. But my friends, I know a couple of people that swear their food is really, really good. Even and my girlfriend, 3
Uh-huh.
that I could think of right now. Two guys and one woman.
Oh my god. That's hilarious. You
I
trying
didn't
to
eat. I didn't eat there. I didn't eat that the night that
I don't I
didn't
can
eat
I don't think I could eat in a I don't know.
No, and it wasn't that. And it wasn't that I was like disgusted or anything. It was just like
No, it's not the disgusting.
I was already like drunk, so I
Yeah.
I was not like looking for food, but no,
No.
but I did see though a big plate of wings that looked really good off the
Yeah.
corner, off like the left, on the
No.
side of my eye. I saw like a plate of wings that.
I just have a problem
wings and
eating
fries.
eating while I have an erection. It doesn't usually
Hmm?
work out good. No. And then you still gotta tip the girls. Nah, leave me alone. I'm eating. No.
Or you could talk to a girl, have here, have a wing. Talk.
Oh my
That's all.
god.
Tell me
I remember
about yourself.
remember the Paradise Club?
You got a blue cheese on
I knew a girl that worked in the Paradise Club too. She was underage for that club. That club was
what?
good. They closed it down. I think now it's a school. It's a school now. If them kids knew what went on in that club.
Oh, they even have vegetarian choices. Vegetarian pasta and bruschetta.
Bruschetta.
Basically just toast with garlic, basil, tomatoes, and
Yes.
mozzarella.
Bread.
Mhm.
You're a vegetarian? Here,
Here's
bread.
some bread.
Just
Yeah.
throw it at you.
And desserts, they have chocolate cake. It says ask your server for additional desserts.
Oh, you get servers too?
Yeah.
Are the servers topless or are they like regular servers?
No, they're real like they're
That's not
no,
good.
no, no, no. But they're dressed. They're sexy servers.
Oh my god.
It's so funny because the time that I went was for a bachelor party,
Oh.
and I remember telling my friends, I'm like, is it me or are the waitresses look hotter than the dancers?
Uh-huh.
I mean, the dancers weren't bad, but the waitresses were very pretty. I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to sell me
But
that.
I
don't
didn't eat
think I
there,
wanna.
no.
Yeah.
But I heard the food is good.
All right, we gotta start wrapping this up. Because now it's starting to get awkward.
You go eat?
Yeah, then we can go eat. Again,
We're gonna go
not
eat at Sin City.
no, we're not gonna go eat at Sin City. Not that anybody's been writing, but tonescrib@gmail.com. That's the email. These podcasts are being put up on iTunes. I mean, they aren't up on iTunes, but they're being put up on YouTube. Just look for the Tonescrib channel, and you see them there with slideshows and see what the hell we look like. Which yeah, whatever.
Oh my god. I just remember the picture.
And this video, I guess this video didn't work out. I'm gonna have to look at why. Maybe the video card. I'm gonna have to get a larger card.
I'm gonna see if I walk around the park and take like some nice pictures. So,
Of what park?
I don't know, any park.
You
with
want
some
selfie
nice...
pictures? You want to take the selfie stick?
No,
Take the selfie
I'm not
pictures?
taking no more selfies. Take that shit down. I want to take pictures of like some nice scenic shots so that way you can put together a nice little reel or whatever.
Montage. As long as you're in the pictures.
No.
And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Enjoy.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
good week.